Hello and welcome to the data analysis section of this lecture series for SPSS. So the first thing we want to do is open SPSS, which I have got running in the background. Now the main program in SPSS is actual frequencies. It produces a table of frequency counts, percentages and cumulative percentages for the values of each variable. It gives all of the associated statistics that we're interested in. So if the data are interval scaled, and only the summary statistics are desired, the descriptive procedure can be used. The explore procedure produces summary statistics and graphical displays, either for all the cases or separately for groups of cases. Mean, median, variance, standard deviation, minimum and maximum, and the range are some of the statistics that can be calculated. And to select these frequencies procedures, we click on the following. And I'm just going to show you these. So we can go analyze, and here descriptive statistics. And we've got frequencies, descriptives and explore. We can illustrate these steps using the data of table 11.1, which I've got open here. So data 11.1, we've opened that up. Now let's do some analysis. So first of all, we select analysis on the SPSS menu, and then we click descriptives and then select frequencies. So analyze, descriptives and then frequencies, and opens up this command dialog. Alright. Then we move the variable attitude towards Tommy Hilfiger into the variable box. We look at attitude, so into the variable box. So that's the one that we're looking at, attitude. Because this is categorical, well that's just a respondent number, so it's not very useful. The user group is categorical, so it's nominal data, and that's nominal data as well. So whereas attitude is actually interval data, so it's going to have a little bit more meaning for us. So then we click statistics, then we're going to select mean, median, mode, standard deviation, variance, and range. So we click statistics. We're going to do mean, median, mode, standard deviation, variance and range. These are already selected. In my SPS, they probably default like that for your SPS as well, but you can check it. And then we click continue. Then we go to charts. So we click continue. We go to charts. And then on charts we click histograms and click continue. But what I've done, so I've got histograms. I've got show normal curve and histogram because it's kind of interesting to me. You don't have to have this clicked. Then I click continue, and once we've done that we click OK. So OK, now it's going to run our analysis. So it opens up the output box here, and it's just got the code there which we don't really need to worry about, but here it shows some statistics that we might be interested in. So it says we've got 44 valid responses with one missing response. Shows us the mean 4.11, so that's our average, median 4 in our mode, also gives our standard deviation and our variance, and our range is 6. Remember, range was the highest number minus the last number, which is 6. Right, now so that's our sort of like a summary thing. Now here it actually breaks it down a little bit further, so we can say, well, of the unfavourable, which is coded 1, there's 5 of them who are unfavourable. Of the 2, which is sort of somewhat unfavourable or unfavourable, is 6 chose that. 6 people chose 3, 6 people chose 4, 8 people chose 5, 9 people chose 6, and 4 people chose 7, which is very favourable. And it gives us the percent, which we went over in the lecture. Percentage is the frequency divided by the total number, which is 45, whereas the valid percent is the frequency divided by the total number of valid responses, because we had a missing response, so that's 5 divided by 44. Alright, cool. Now we've got this histogram, so this actually charts it out. So we can see here, of the responses, there was 5 people had 1, 6 people chose 2, 6 people chose 3, 6 people chose 4, 8 people chose 5, 9 people chose 6, and 4 people chose 7. So it maps it out. And this is just a standard normal distribution, standard normal curve. For this one doesn't make much sense, but often we want to know, what does our data look like, and when we do statistical analysis, especially with lots of data, we want to see, how approximate standard normal distribution for some of the tests that we want to do. So this is what, if a standard normal distribution, number 1 would be lower, number 4 would be higher, and number 6 would, be lower as well. Right, cool. So that's that one there. Now we can look at crosstabs. So the major crosstabs tabulation program in SPSS is actually conveniently called crosstabs. This program will display the cross-classification tables and provide cell counts, row and column percentages, the chi-squared test for significance, and all the measures of strength of the association that we have been discussing throughout the lecture. So to select these procedures, click on the following. We go Analyze, Descriptives, Statistics, and Crosstabs. We illustrate this in 11.1. We go here, we've got table 11.1, so we go Analyze, Descriptive Statistics, and we've got Crosstabs. We go in there. Alright, now move the variable user group to the rows box. User group to the rows box. Move the variable sex to the columns box. Sex to the columns box. Click cells and then select observed under counts and column under percentages. Alright, so observed under counts and percentages, because that's an independent variable. Alright, and then we click continue. Then we click statistics. And then we click chi-squared, phi, and Kramer's V. Chi-squared. So we click continue. Click OK. Alright, and it runs our crosstabs. So user group, case processing data, tells us what's included in it. Then we talked about this in the lecture. So this is going by gender, sex. So the percentages, we could have changed it the other way when we did the analysis so that the percentages were on this side, but we wanted the percentages on the columns because this is our independent variable. So we could go of the females, so of the females, because the percentages on the females and the males. Of the females, 14 were light users. Of the female, 5 were medium. Of the female, 5 were heavy users. And there's a total of 24 females. For the males, of the total of, and so on and so forth. Alright, now we have here our chi-squared tests. Now we've got Pearson's chi-square, which has a value of 6.341. Now, one cells have an expected count less than 5. We didn't talk about much this lecture. We covered it off in previous units like quantitative methods. If you actually have one cell when there's less than 5 variables, it can make the analysis a little bit less stable. So it flags that as something to consider. Now, degrees of freedom, remember that was the number of rows, take 1, multiplied by the number of columns, take 1. So 3, take 1 is 2, times it by 2, take 1 is 2. So there's 2 degrees of freedom. And it shows our asymmetric significance to size, 0.04. And that gives us a lot of the data that we were looking for.